Asmongold just returned to streaming and he's back with a vengeance. This time because Asmongold is offering to attend and testify at the upcoming congressional inquiry into Twitch and other social media companies. So if you didn't know, last month, the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit were invited to come testify before Congress, specifically the House Oversight Committee, on October 8th. Now, a lot of people say, oh, this is a voluntary invitation. They don't have to go. It's a big nothing burger. They're just going to ask them questions. Well, if we take a look at the actual invitation that the Twitch CEO got from Congress, as you can see here, this was sent by the Honorable Robert Garcia, the ranking member on the Committee of Oversight and Government Reform, to Dan Clancy, the Chief Executive Officer of Twitch Interactive. Dear Mr. Clancy, the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform requests your testimony at a hearing on Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m. in the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center. The hearing will examine radicalization of online forum users, including incidents of open incitement to commit violent politically motivated acts. To confirm your appearance at the hearing, contact us. But then it ends with this. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee of the United States House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rules 10. Thank you in advance for your cooperation with this inquiry. Now that doesn't sound like a voluntary invitation. It sounds like a you better come here invitation, because they're thanking him in advance for his cooperation, which means they expect him to cooperate. They're going to bring him in, they're going to ask him questions, and then they're also lightly threatening to investigate Twitch because they say they can investigate any matter at any time, and Twitch definitely has some things that need to be investigated. But Asmongold has actually thrown his hat in the ring and said that he wants to attend. So we're going to take a look at this clip right after you hit the like button and subscribe.
Talking about CEOs of Twitch, Reddit, and Discord, Steam, and Valve getting questioned on the 8th by the House Oversight Committee? Yes. And I will reiterate, it's 6 days. I could probably go down there. If they want me to testify, I testify in front of Congress, sure. Yeah, they want to know what's going on, just hit me up. They can DM me. Just DM me on Twitter if you want me to show up. Like, I'll testify. Because the thing is that, like, Twitch, in my opinion, like, yeah, there's, like, a few people on Twitch that, like, say radical stuff, right? Yeah, sure. But, like, really, the big problem is, like, Reddit and Twitter. Those are the big ones. Those and TikTok. Have you guys seen these comments on TikTok where, like, guys will make these comments about girls and they say, this girl is lucky that kidnapping is illegal? I'm sorry, but, like, I don't think you should be typing stuff like that. I think that's very weird. And I really don't like that. And I feel like the amount of conversations and things so wrong, yeah, that's too much, man. And I don't want to be like a tone policer or anything like that, but what we're really talking about is real life violence, and I think that you've got to draw the line.
Asmongold is offering to go testify in front of Congress, not just about Twitch, but also he said TikTok, he said Twitter, and he is right that there's a ton of radicalization on TikTok. In fact, I think TikTok is probably the #1 reason that there's so much anti-Semitic stuff going around right now. But obviously, if Asmongold was to go and testify, they would not really ask him too many questions about that. They would definitely be asking him about Twitch, because he's a Twitch streamer. It could go good for Asmongold, it could go very bad for Twitch, and I do think that this entire hearing, that everything they're going to try to do in this hearing is going to cause big changes on these platforms. You're going to see the CEO of Discord trying to explain how the recent shooter of Charlie Kirk got radicalized so quickly on Discord. You're going to have Gabe Newell from Steam answering questions from congressmen who don't know anything about video games. You're going to have the Twitch CEO Dan Clancy being confronted with all the things that Hassan has said and asked why Hassan isn't banned, which is going to be difficult for Dan to answer because obviously he said in the past that Hassan is his favorite streamer. That's not going to go great for him, especially when you consider that the person who invited him to this is Robert Garcia. Now, I don't know if you know this, Robert Garcia is a Democrat. I don't think he's very happy about some of the anti-Semitic things that have been said on Twitch. So that's going to go interesting. And then obviously Reddit is a cesspool. Everybody knows that. But should Asmongold go and testify, I think it'd be a pretty good move. I think that getting an expert witness who's not biased like the CEOs is probably the best thing they could possibly do, because obviously the CEOs are going to say whatever they can to save their own behinds. But Asmongold will tell it like it is, and he is perhaps one of the most prominent Twitch streamers in the world, one of the most prominent people in the streaming industry, and I think that kind of makes him a subject matter expert on online platforms. But we'll have to leave that up to Congress to decide. It will be funny to see if Asmongold gets one of these letters in the coming days, and I'd actually really like to see him testify. But what do you guys think? Should Asmongold go before Congress? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.